Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my first quarter empties. Yes, I realize we are now into May, but I'm behind on my YouTube filming. Who's surprised? Absolutely nobody. I am just going to be sharing my empties from January, February, and March, and then hopefully at the very end of June or beginning of July, I'll do my second quarter empties. But I didn't want this video to be too long because I actually did finish quite a bit in April, and this is just how I wanted to structure my empties this year. I just didn't get around to it in time. So I will be going in order, and I will let you know the dollar value of all the makeup I finished. This will be any beauty products, so hair care, skin care, body care, and makeup. And instead of organizing it into different beauty categories, like I said, I will be going in the order in which I finished the items. I took everything out of my bin and have it spread around me, and it's quite overwhelming. So let's just hop into it. I'll be giving my very brief review of the products that I finished and mentioning if I will repurchase it or not. So first up, on January 5th, I finally used up my Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Age Defying Exfoliator. I received this in BoxyCharm 100 years ago, and I used it very inconsistently, but my skin really did look great after using it. It says renews skin radiance, polishes and smooths, help diminish the looks of fine lines. I'm not sure about that, but it definitely polished and smoothed my skin, helped clear out my pores. I did feel like it reduced texture a little bit. And I would love if you had a cruelty-free alternative. I think I'm going to try the Nip and Fab glycolic something or other that is quite similar to this. I think I'm going to try that next. I'm also wondering if Paula's Choice has a product kind of similar to this, because I do plan on placing an order through Paula's Choice relatively soon to replace my favorite summertime SPF. But this retails for $104. So this gave me a very big bump in my empties first thing in the year. Next, I finished off my Cosrx Acne Pimple Master patches. One package retails for $4.43. Again, these are Canadian dollars. I am Canadian. These are my favorite pimple patches I have since repurchased. These are a hydrocolloid dressing. It just kind of makes a seal over any acne and makes sure nothing gross can get in there. But I do find it also helps bring the guck to the surface. I'm not sure how it does that because these are not medicated, but it does help me clear up my acne faster when I use these products instead of picking them and introducing, more dirt and bacteria to the spot. So I love these and definitely recommend them. All these products will be linked down below. I am also including declutters this year in my empties videos. This video that you're watching right now. But not, their dollar value or anything like that. The cat is being an absolute maniac. Great. This is the Tatcha powder sample. Even samples like this count in my inventory, and that's why I wanted to share them. Domino. That is why I wanted to share them in my empties videos, because they will be leaving my inventory even if I didn't use them up. My skin looked absolutely disgusting when I used this. I tried it 3 different times. There is still some powder in here. Quite a bit actually came that burst up into my face. Quite a bit of powder actually came in the sample. I was kind of surprised. And I do not even want to finish the sample of it. That's how gross my skin looked. The next sample I used, I was trying to get through some older samples, was the Pretty Vulgar Cool AF Lava Water Foundation. This took me 2 uses. I mixed shade 2 and shade 12, and I really did not like how this looked on my skin. I gave myself a $1 value for this. I must have done the math. It says 0.75 mils in each of these. I didn't like it. I will not be purchasing the full size. Don't even know if the full size is still available. Next, I used up my Rare Beauty mascara. I really loved this mascara. It didn't last super long, but it was just a sample, and this is worth $14. I really like the wand. This is a high-end mascara I'd be willing to repurchase. There looks like there's still product in here, but it did start flaking all over my face. Hopefully the full size would last longer than that. The packaging also got really disgusting. This like light baby pink got really gross. But yes, I definitely would repurchase this mascara. It does give great volume and holds my curl, and it doesn't get too clumpy and gross. But like I said, this mini size only lasted, I think it was like 2 months, which is fine. But I didn't get to use up the mascara. Like, it started to dry out and flake like down here throughout the day. So that's when I called this one done. Then I finished the Real Her eyebrow pencil. This was my first empty in the month of February. I actually really enjoyed this. The shade wasn't perfect for me. This was kind of like a universal shade, I think, but it definitely does not scroll up anymore. I really like the messaging behind this brand, but it's not something I would go out of my way to purchase off of their website. This is a product that I got in BoxyCharm, and it was worth $21, but I really did enjoy it. But I probably won't repurchase just because it's not available at like my typical retailers. Next, I finished another high ticket item. This is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C Serum. This has 15% vitamin C, 5% PHAs, and hyaluronic acid. This is my second bottle of this. Its value is $88. I love this, but my skin has started to become more and more sensitive to added fragrance. And unfortunately, I feel like I'm kind of stuttering. Unfortunately, Ole Henriksen adds fragrance to a lot of their products. Many of their products have worked really well for me in the past, and like I said, this is my second bottle of this, and I really loved it. I found that the PHAs really helped with my skin texture. Vitamin C helped with the like vibrancy of my skin. I don't really notice hyaluronic acid doing a lot. For my skin, but I really liked everything about this, but it has a lot of added fragrance, and I'm noticing it's typically with other fragrances, not this banana line, but I'm scared of risking it. So for now, I haven't repurchased this. It's quite expensive, but never say never. Then I used up my ABH Clear Brow Gel. This is the second one of these I've used up. This is my favorite Stronghold Brow Gel. I have kind of bushy brows. They don't hold very well without a really strong hold. I am not buying from ABH currently, so I am going to be testing out the Kosas. The kids are in bed. It's 11 p.m. and that's why I got to film without the added children's noise, which I know so many of you don't care that you can hear my kids in the background of my videos, but it bothers me sometimes. And this is the night the cat acts like a lunatic. So, sorry for the background noise. My life is just noisy even at 11 p.m. Love this brow gel. Don't love ABH. This is worth 29 Canadian dollars, and I'm trying to find a replacement. I just bought the Kosas Eyebrow, and I'm going to be testing that out next. I then used up this Milk Hydro Grip Primer sample. This took 2 uses. How much was in here? I don't remember how much was in here, but it was worth $3. And I had 2 of these samples. I finished one up last year and I hated it, and then I used it this year and I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm going to, one, bring out my e.l.f. Dewy Pop something primer because it's kind of similar. It's that gripping tacky primer, to see if I enjoy that texture, and then I would maybe be convinced to try like a smaller deluxe size of the Milk Hydro Grip. I don't think I'm going to love it enough to purchase the full size, but I'm interested in experimenting with this primer a bit more, especially since the first sample I hated, then this sample I liked. So I mean, that hasn't convinced me to buy a full size by any means, but I would be interested in trying it again. Then I finished the Sol de Janeiro Sol Cheirosa 62 perfume sample. This was worth $2.04. This was my first empty in the month of March. I absolutely loved this scent. It had salted caramel, pistachio, jasmine, and vanilla, and it is definitely a summertime scent, and I would love to have something similar to this as my summertime perfume. The bottle is absolutely stunning, but this is another brand I'm not currently buying from. So if those notes sound familiar to another kind of fragrance you have heard of, please do let me know. I have looked on like Dossier and see if they have something similar, but I didn't find something I was looking for. But I am open to other suggestions. What's your favorite summertime perfume? I would love to know. Next is a declutter. This is the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette. I think I'm going to let my kids do some artwork and have some fun with this palette. It has just expired. I haven't enjoyed reaching for it. It is old and crusty and dusty, and it was pulled into a project, and still every time I opened it I would put it back. Like, I just don't need this in my collection anymore. I really don't like Morphe as a brand. This video is full of brands that I hate. And Kathleen is no longer like my tippy top favorite YouTuber, which she was at the time I bought this, but I am ready to let this go. Then I finished my First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. This is a very moisturizing and glowy primer, and it's not my favorite. It actually took quite, I have it written down, 44 uses to finish this off. It was 21.3 grams or 0.75 ounces. So this was worth $18.53. There was a surprising amount of product in here. I enjoyed my time using it, but it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to repurchase. I enjoy their Pores Be Gone primer more than this one. Then I used up my St. Ives Soothing Body Wash with oatmeal and shea butter. This was worth less than $5 at the grocery store. It was really great. I loved the smell of it, and it was soothing and moisturizing in the winter, so I would repurchase this. Made with 100% natural extracts, plant-based, PETA cruelty-free, and made from recycled plastic. I like that. We are nearing the end. Next, I have my Wander Beauty Do Not Disturb Overnight Repair Concentrate. This was a 1% retinol product. I got this from a BoxyCharm. This was worth $95.20. Very pricey. I could only use this twice per week. I tried to bump it up to 3 times per week, and my skin did not like that. It's quite sensitive. I didn't notice any massive anti-aging. I didn't like turn back the clock significantly, but I did like this. I feel like it also helped with some texture. Retinol is like resurfacing as well. That is how it's anti-aging, I should say. And I enjoyed this, but I'm not going to repurchase this. I actually just, I'm waiting for a prescription in the mail. Oh, I also wanted to mention that the packaging on this was faulty, and multiple times through its life it wouldn't pump, which I just dropped it, so I'm going to give it some grace for that. But and then nothing would come out, obviously, even though I knew that there's more in here, because the first time it happened, I had used it like 3 times prior. So the packaging on this is not the best. Next, I finished a lip gloss. I finished quite a few makeup empties for me this year. I'm actually feeling really good about that. The Bare Minerals Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Sincerity. This is worth $13. It was 2 mils, so half the full size. And I would not repurchase this. I didn't like this lip gloss formula enough. It was kind of more lip oil like than a lip gloss balm. I thought it would be thicker, more nourishing. I liked the color fine. The formula is just not what I thought it was going to be based on how it was described by the brand or on Sephora. So I'm happy I got this as a freebie instead of buying the full size, which was my plan when this line came out, this Mineralist line. I bought the bronzer and I was going to get one of these, but then there was a promo code. So I'm glad I used the code on Sephora, but $13 in makeup empties feels really good. I worked on this quite a bit. I took the stop route and everything. Working through some makeup this year. And the last item for the first quarter of 2022 is my Peach and Lily Power Calm Hydrating Gel Cleanser. It says deep cleanse and soothe with camellia and chamomile. Chamomile? Wow, it's getting late. This is worth $35.23. That's quite pricey for a cleanser. There is 100 mils of product, or 3.38 fluid ounces in here. I did really enjoy this. I use this as a second cleanse in my shower following an oil or a cleansing balm, and it helped remove the remainder of my makeup. I did find it to be hydrating, but still cleansed my skin really well. I have combo skin, like I said, so I do need like a cleanser to actually like pull some of that oil out of my pores, especially like across the center of my face. And I feel like this did that and was hydrating. Like my skin never felt stripped when I used this. So I'm kind of talking myself into repurchasing this, but over $35 is pretty steep for a cleanser in my opinion, like compared to what I typically like to spend. However, I got this in a BoxyCharm. I don't know, just in the grand scheme of all the skincare purchases I make in a year, cleanser is not where I like to spend the big bucks. You know what I mean? Like I'll buy a more expensive serum, like treatment products, moisturizers, but cleansers are just cleansers, you know? Wow, I feel like that was a lot of stuff. I still have a lot of stuff sitting in front of me, so I think a lot of this I used up in April, which is also exciting, and I can't wait to share these things with you next time. Thank you guys so much if you sat through all of my mini reviews. Let me know in the comments down below what your most recent beauty empty was. Let me know if you like this format of doing every quarter. I can't commit to monthly or even bi-monthly. I'm so far behind on videos that it's honestly a little ridiculous at this point. So I thought quarterly would be a good idea, and then keeping it structured like that. So even though we are into May, you'll be getting the second quarter sooner rather than later, if that makes sense. Oh my god, I'm so tired. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!